Cubs on top of the Red Sox here 2-0. Dave O'Brien alongside Kevin Millar, Dennis Eckersley, and Cody Clemens' dad. Joining us in the booth, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, a 7-time Cy Young Award winner. Rocket, great to see you.
Great to be here. Great to be back, and always fun coming to the old stomping grounds.
Oh, yeah.
How cool is this as your son is in that dugout, recently made not only his major league debut, also his major league pitching debut.
Yeah, how about that? Eck just asked me. I don't get nervous because he's an everyday player. So these guys swing it. They tell Dad, "What do you know about hitting other than you couldn't hit?" I said, "I was a really good bunter." I mean, you guys forgot about that.
Little ground ball here behind first base to Dahlbeck. He'll set down Reyes, and one man gone.
They got blown out in Yankee Stadium, and I thought the word I got was the coaches were prodding AJ to get him in there at Yankee Stadium, and then it happened in Detroit, and they put him in. I was there, and he wanted to turn it loose. He sits at about 91 with a pretty good little fake cutter.
Wow!
But they said lob it in there. And
why is that? I want to see him. I don't understand when they say that. Let him go.
I don't know. I have a photo. I didn't show him anything. He closed in high school. He closed games. But the only thing, as you know, I was worried that, you're only 55 feet away when you let the ball go heads up,
Oh, you're worried about that, not his arm.
Worse was when he was at third and one of the position players were doing it. And I said, "You're going to get lit up at third base, so be careful."
That was something to see, though. And you see a Clemens on the mound like that, little roller to Story. That's going to be 2 fast outs with Baez coming up next. So he makes his major league fly in for that. And this kid was an outstanding college player. He was a finalist for the Golden Spikes. At Texas, hit 23 home runs. One season his junior year, got drafted. I mean, a terrific player. Yeah, but what a thrill for you and your family.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, he loves it. He's what you would say, he's a ball player. He'll play anywhere. He's got 2 or 3 gloves in his locker now. But his main things, you guys find out when you meet Cody or any of the boys, they love to play and they want to win. He wants to get the postseason play and see how that feels like. Most of the boys always ask me about October baseball and when you're in the playoffs, when the lights are the brightest, as everybody says. And I think AJ and the guys know that. So there's some guys coming back off the injured list. There's some guys that have COVID. We'll see what happens.
I wanted to see him in the lineup.
Well,
tonight.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good at the only advice I gave him. He's pretty good at hitting the ball that way. And I said, if you do, you better put your head down and run. I've seen a lot of guys thrown out at second.
Yeah, that's true.
Baez first trip cracked a 2-run homer. Takes a big hack there.
Y'all got a nice view over here, right here. See that? No wonder Eck makes all those calls from up here.
It's easy up here, man. I'll tell you what.
Bueno.
It's a lot slower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's what everybody says.
I agree with that.
You can see everything and a lot slower from up here. Cabrera on deck as we chat with the Rocket. Roger Clemens, a 1-2. He's going to loop that one into right field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Now, not going to test the arm of Ref Snyder, and a single here for Baez. He's 2 for 2.
I'm telling you, he's just worn out the Red Sox in 6 games. He's got to be hitting 500 with damage.
He gets a bucket load of sliders, and if he can stay on it. Yeah, look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Ray will always have a very special place in your heart. It's one of the 2 places, which is still staggering to me, that you struck out 20 guys in a game.
Yeah, Detroit was a fun game. Billy Hassman, I think they're doing a little documentary on it called Punch and 20, and it's really cool to see Getty and Hass and all the guys that were involved with it having a part in talking about it. When the anniversary dates come up, I get boatload of texts and calls from the guys, so it's pretty cool.
20 guys a couple times. That's like bullyish.
Punching 20. That's the name of it.
God.
But you had split. The second one was split fingers.
Nasty, yeah.
Right. The first one was gas to Seattle.
I had my little, what you would love, Eck, I called my Racer X. Had that little 2-seamer.
Right. That's nice.
Was that one of those 2 where you knew immediately this is a special night?
Man, I didn't. What was really cool about the first one, I love my pitching coach, Bill Fish. Well, here you see some of it, Eck. I had some good movement that night.
Oh, that's heat there.
Good gas there, yeah. Towards the end, it was the same type of deal. A couple guys came up and
that's
made a comment about that I was close to striking out 20. Same thing with the first game.
That's like Little League.
Yeah, it's fun.
How was the bullpen, though, Raj? I want to know the bullpen, because usually it's like, I didn't have my stuff in the bullpen. You go out there and maybe strike out 20, or were you locked in?
Yeah, Pards. The first one here, I barely made it to the game, let alone the bullpen. So, and Bill Fisher, I was alluding to him where he rested, so I went to Council Bluffs and talked at his funeral. After the game had ended, Fish came over, and I didn't realize I didn't walk anybody in the game. And that was big for Fish. And he called me Smokey after Smokey Joe Wood. And he said, Smokey, two things. He said, you know, you didn't throw in that hard and all that, and 20 strikeouts is great, but you didn't walk anybody. I said, I didn't know that, Fish. He goes, he took about 5 steps and walked off and said, one more thing, you get to the damn ballpark anytime you want.
Yeah, because that was a famous story.
Yeah.
You got wrapped up in traffic big time.
This is 86.
I just relived it with some people yesterday. We were kind of slowing up in traffic on Storrow Drive, and I said, and actually Cody was with us. So I had to tell him the story because he was born in '96. So I said, it's about right here, about a mile and a half. I could see the Sitco sign. I was panicking in traffic, and I said, you know, I'm going to have to run to this. And boy, did I feel like a heel when I walked through the clubhouse door.
And then history was made a few hours later.
It was crazy.
0-2 with 2 down to Cabrera, and he'll take one downstairs. Everybody listening knows exactly what you mean about being caught in traffic on Storrow Drive. Everybody.
They had a concert, and of course the Celtics were in a playoff game, which I didn't, you know. But yeah, it was a good one. Hursty, I got my nickname that night. Hursty gave Rocket, and he said,
"That's the night you got your nickname?"
And he said, you know, pitching here, as Eck would know, pitch second-class citizen until that night, and we changed it up a little bit.
Big time, big time. Castro on deck. We chat with a Rocket. Roger Clemens, 2-0 Detroit.
He had a decent season that season, 86. Not too bad.
It was fun. You know how it goes when you're going, things are happening.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
You mentioned Rich Gedman, recently inducted in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. He talked about you. He said, Roger, one of the building blocks for my career. We had a wonderful working relationship, and he's super honest about what we're doing and what he sees, and he translates all of that so well. Very highly
was great.
complimentary.
I mean, he was right there at the beginning and helped me so much. At, you know, what was I, 23, 24 years old at that time.
Swung on and missed. Cabrera down on strikes. Can you hang another half inning?
Absolutely.
Roger Clemens joining us in the booth. It is 2-0 Detroit.